Hi everybody. So, welcome to old school videography. This is close to what I did in college. Uh, a lot of those videos I sent up to Dartmouth, a lot of them involved driving around with the camera in the passenger side. And we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. Um, as some of you may know, I have a essential job doing DoorDash. Here is my proof. Here's my bag right here. And my iPad's right here with the DoorDash app open. I'm scheduled to do a dash in just a few minutes in what they're calling the corporate woods zone, which for my Kansas City folks, it's basically South Overland Park, east of Johnson County Community College, and South Leawood. So yeah, this has been what I've been doing since everything got shut down. Even the schools got shut down, thereby affecting my ability to teach chess and everything. And by the way, let me introduce you to my car. For those of you who probably haven't seen it, it is a Hyundai, or Hyundai if you prefer. Got GPS right there. There's my Scouts stuff. In here is a flash drive. I can listen to my podcast if I wanted to. There's my DoorDash bag. There's my tripod. There's the gear shifts. Let me get that in focus real quick. Okay. This one is a sunroof. And there's the back seats. Everything. I'm not going to show you everything in there, but yeah, that's basically it. Now, how did I come to be doing DoorDash? Well, as you probably know, I also do a podcast. It's called This Podcast is Uncalled For. I did an episode with my old friends Lucas Stone King and Daniel Rains, and we were talking about ways that we could earn extra money doing other stuff with our cars, and it was actually Luke that suggested doing DoorDash. So in November, I downloaded the app, signed up for it, found the W-2s, they sent me the bag, everything, and been doing it in my spare time since. By the way, in this particular time, got some wipes to wipe everything down, even my hands if I need to. As for actually having this disease, well, I've been recuperating from either a call for a flu or something since at least February. Because nothing about working with kids, you're around diseases all the time, right? And I point to February because I was really coughing and nose and everything. And I remember mid-February driving from a club up in Platte City to our then chess school at the Christian College. Actually had Mike Tinsley in that seat that the camera is perched upon right now. And I was coughing really bad, really hard, to the point that I actually kind of lost my vision for a couple seconds. Mind you, this was on the interstate too. So, fortunately, it was a straight away, so it didn't affect me too badly, but affected me enough to call in sick the very next day. And it got me concerned enough that when everything started shutting down and everything, I was afraid I might have this particular disease too. So I scurry around town trying to get the test. Everything, it's still not available from what I understand unless you have a doctor's prescription, and I don't really have a doctor right now. So I was given a couple of numbers to call and wound up talking with the Kansas Department of Health. And they asked me a couple questions. Question one: have you been traveling recently? Yeah, but just around the metro area. Okay, that's question one. Okay. Question two: do you have a fever? No, I don't have a fever. Then, yeah, you likely don't have the virus. So outside of doing these deliveries, which I'm going to show you a couple today, I've been at home a lot. So, a subject for another time, but one that has been covered on the podcast. Which, by the way, if you're not listening to this podcast as uncalled for, please stop this video right now. Go to whatever podcast app that you happen to use and look for this podcast as uncalled for. Because I worked really hard on it, and will continue to do so, of course. Number two, I think it's a really good podcast. And number three, I've talked about so much of my life so far on that podcast, and there's still more to talk about. Just been a fun project to get started and everything, and I highly encourage you to check it out. If you have Facebook, we have a Facebook page for that. It's facebook.com/uncalledforpodcast. I have the blog as well, which is uncalledfor.home.blog. Check that out too. And of course, tell your friends about the podcast as well. I digress. Got my water here. Some days, past couple weeks, has been filled with Earl Grey tea with lemon juice and honey. Very not ex-Mormon of me, but A, it kind of works, and B, I'm on. Okay. So one thing I have noticed doing DoorDash, I'm going to go over numbers when I have Luke and Dan on for the live show. Yes, I'm doing a live version of the show as part of the KC Fringe Festival in 2020. And Luke and Dan they begged me to come back on the podcast in some form. So this is how I'm having them back. I plan on sharing with them my top 10 list of restaurants I get DoorDash deliveries from. Right? Number one happens to be, let's just say it's this way, being the South Park fan I am. Dude, why the hell would you keep eating something that makes you crap blood? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch South Park. But since this pandemic and all the lockouts have been taking place, I have a feeling, I haven't crunched the numbers, but I have a feeling that the most requested restaurant since the pandemic has been something we refer to as Jesus Chicken, better known to most people as Chick-fil-A. So you can guess what kind of sales I'm getting on Sundays. Just like the old days, for you guys familiar with my oldest work, the Dartmouth work. Okay, let's try this again. Charge phone, check. Enough gas, check. Red card, check. Bag, check. Start dashing. Checking in. This is my screen right now. Yeah, okay. So as I said, we're starting the corporate woods zone, and I happen to be in the office park that gave the zone its name. And there's my first order. It is a McDonald's order. And yes, my phone does do that when I get texts from most people. Exceptions being my boss is at the chess club. I'm going to change it specifically for them. But normally it is, oh my god, they kept getting me. You bastards! Yeah, going to McDonald's to start off things. And I got a lot of McDonald's orders lately too, so yeah. Alright. This is the bulk of delivery work right here, is the driving parts. Picking up the stuff doesn't take much time at all. Dropping the stuff off also doesn't take much time at all. The bulk of the time, of course, is getting to places. And as you can plainly see, there are very few cars out today. There's practically nothing around me. And it's a good thing that this is considered an essential service to get me out of the house and everything. Because I'll be honest, if I didn't have this job, I would be really crazy right now. No joke. But the reality of the situation is, people have to eat to stay alive. The nice thing about some of these restaurants is these are restaurants I go to practically all the time. Like, for example, McDonald's. I eat McDonald's practically all the time. I know it's not necessarily the healthiest option, but hey, it's an option. And I'm just taking a mini dash too. I mean, my mini dash is any dash that lasts 30 minutes. Some of my more successful dashes can last hours. And I've gotten in the habit of trying not to dash on days that I teach chess, especially on the days that I'm not doing other stuff for the club. Oh boy, those are the days. The last such day was actually a couple of weeks ago. Monday and Wednesday was supposed to be spring break, mind you. It's supposed to be spring break, and the first day on Monday, I hear from my boss saying, hey, we need to shut down the chess office. It is shut down until 4 de Mayo. Yeah, and then 2 days later, he gets a bunch of chess sets, which once all this crap is behind us, we'll put for sale. And these are pretty cool chess sets. They're all different colors and everything, and mix and match and everything. So if you wanted to do black and gold, say, for West Vikings, you can do that. Well, black's a default color of chess anyway. So just replace the white pieces with gold, and you can do blue and gold, UKC colors, now JUCO colors, actually, and all sorts of other cool stuff. And anyways, yeah, despite the fact that I have the keys to the office, it's not considered essential work, unlike doing DoorDash right now. And we're also not getting the income either, so anyone out there who's on that eBay eBay, it's KC Chess Club, and we have all sorts of stuff for sale, including and especially our wood sets. I strongly recommend checking those out. And if you don't purchase them, my personal preference is the Berliner. Okay, estamos aquí. Deserted. Well, every restaurant's deserted right now. They're not letting people sit in for public health reasons. Okay, I'm going to confirm. Got my order number in front of me.
Hello, welcome back, Muffy.
Yes, I need to pick up an order for DoorDash number.
No problem. Come the last one up, please.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
How easy is that? But yeah, this is depending on how much time and effort you put into doing things like a DoorDash. The most I've made is a little over 200 in a week. And I'm anticipating a lot of 150, 200 weeks in the next couple of months. Hi, how's it going?
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright. So I was about to get there at McDonald's. Ooh, yeah, check the items. Waiting order hash brown, burritos. By the way, my favorite food from McDonald's, especially if we're talking about breakfast foods, burritos, baby. Okay, so address. I need to change the state because you cannot see this on camera because privacy. But I am entering the address that I am to Deliveries to.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
How cool is that? By the way, sad facts, but worth pointing out. When my mom died, about 10 years ago now, she was actually working at the community center that I'm about to drive past. You won't be able to see it on camera because it's going to be behind you. But yeah,
in
that's
a half of a mile, turn right onto West 123rd
that's
Street.
where Mom worked. Breakfast burritos, yeah. Yeah, when the chess club was still in Liberty, and I had to go in for office hours every day, right? To help pay off this very fine car that we are currently
Next left onto West 124th Street.
driving
And then
in.
next left.
One of the places nearby was, in fact, the local McDonald's. And they got so used to seeing me, they're like, oh, breakfast burritos, right? Yeah. Make sure it's the meal, and make sure you're not giving me a hot sauce.
The destination is on your right.
And make sure you give me a Coke to drink, too, because again, the whole ex-Mormon thing. This is the tough part, and this is why I don't try to dash at night. Trying to look for the address. And folks at night, please do your delivery people a favor and turn and have your address illuminated. All right. Okay, I think
You
this
have
is it.
arrived at your destination. Your route
I will
guidance
be
is
back
finished.
shortly. Oh, sweet. It is right in front of me. Alright. I'll be back. Alright. That went well. Now, swipe and delivery is complete. And the pay is held in escrow until Monday. Next Monday. Today's Monday, but you know what I mean. Alright. That's give me a hotspot. Okay. Well, this has been fun. I'm going to cut it off now, but it's been fun sitting here and talking with you guys today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll think of more video ideas in the coming days and everything. But yeah, take it easy.